What's up, just the Japan house. Okay, this is about those people who wants to come to Japan and you are traveling alone. First of all, there's nothing to worry about. It is practically like heaven out here unless you go out looking for problems. More than likely, nothing will not happen. If you come out here and you want to stay for a while, the best thing to do is find those share houses. Or I think a host is something they're like $500 a month or something like that. You can get them cheaper. Check sakura.com, Sakura Homes, sakurahomes.com. Check those, and it's probably better to stay in a hotel, except for you just got to clean your own place. In other words, it's an apartment and stuff like that. They do have hotels if you do want to stay for a couple of weeks. They're kind of cheap. It depends on, your style and how much money you have, and of course how much money you want to spend. If you go, as far as transportation, don't worry about it. Japanese, the transportation out here is really simple, and you can get around, especially in the big cities. They got a lot of transportation. The trains are always coming. Your best thing to do instead of catching a train would be to rent a bike if you can and ride around, unless you just press for time. But riding a bike is very good. And things to do, well, you should make plans for things to do before you come here and stick to them. Okay, and if you're a girl and you come out here, some of these Japanese men will talk to you, especially if you're cute. I have a friend, I met a girl, she was out here, and she got a boyfriend now, and her boyfriend, and her and him, they met at the airport, and they started talking, became friends, and now they date and stuff like that, which was real cool and stuff, and I got to make a video about dating, about other ethnicities and stuff, because we had long conversation about that with somebody. Okay, anyway, so they're probably getting married. So when you come out here, really, be careful, because a lot of your agendas can change depending on the people that you meet, So if you do have an agenda, might want to leave it open for different options. If you come out here and you have a degree, bring it with you, or bring a copy of something with you, transcripts or whatever, just in case if you do run into a job or teaching or any job where someone can sponsor you and stuff like that, where you can make some money. You can always start schools out here, it doesn't even really matter where, it's just, it depends on who do you have to help you build and get customers and things like that. Other than that, if you go at it alone, sometimes you'll have a problem. It just depends on how outgoing you are and your eye and stuff like that. Anyway, getting back to the visiting part of Japan, there are a lot of things to see, a lot of castles. Pretty much when you see one castle, you've probably seen them all, but the history for each of them is different. So when I go to different castles, I always make sure I read the history and see what was going on and what that shogun or whomever was doing at that time and things like that. There are lots of good things out here to do. Before you come, you should really read the history, try to go back in the time, get pictures and stuff of what the Japanese people looked like before, they started changing and stuff. It's really interesting, A lot of brothers, you come out here, you will be shocked, because there are a lot of the women out here, the people out here, they do look black, except for they just got lighter skin. In the summertime, they get dark. But the women out here are just beautiful, and the attitudes and stuff between all women, a lot of them pretty much the same and stuff like that. When they get upset, people will let you know. But yeah, the beauty out here, these women, okay, I'll say the beauty, but they just look like sisters, and it's really, really interesting, women with big, thick lips and thick noses, they be thick and wide or thick and whatever, and they're a lot of them are nice, As far as conversation wise, you shouldn't have any problems talking to a lot of these women, unless they just really shy and stuff. You don't have to walk up to them and grab them or anything like that. Just walk up to them and say hi. If they wanted to say hi, they do. Most of the time you just got to get in front of them, because a lot of times people don't. I mean, you would be, when you come out here and you go to these big cities and stuff like that, you'll see all these women walking around and hardly, except for the pickup guys, no one else speaks to them, and they're just pretty much, just cruising around by themselves, all day long, walking back and forth through the malls and stuff, and no one's talking to them. You speak to them, sometimes they'll speak to you, sometimes they won't. If you really want to have a nice conversation, just walk and say, how you doing? And, you got to kind of like stand in front of them and keep your distance, and say, hey, make sure you get their attention and say, how you doing? If you speak English, it'd be a good thing to do. They say no, just keep talking this English, because they understand, and as you start to talking to them, English is an easy language, so you use the same words to reply, and so a lot of them, they know the grammar, so they'll be able to figure it out, and just say, hey, if you want to go to McDonald's or a coffee shop or whatever. Out here coffee shops are good, so as you want to go to a coffee shop, get cake, tea, set, or whatever, go talk to her, whatever. Be careful, because some of the girls you do talk to, they might be a little aggressive, and they might ask you, hey, come to my place, whatever, just like some women do in the States. So you gotta watch out for that. If you're a woman, a lot of guys may talk to you, they may not. They say a lot of guys are shy, but a lot of guys coming up now, they really aren't that shy. If you see a guy that you like, just walk and talk to him. And if they down to earth, they'll talk to you and stuff, so you won't necessarily be lonely or anything like that unless you choose to be. If you go to a club, if you're a woman and you go to a club out here, I wouldn't necessarily expect any of the foreign guys to speak to you. Well, you shouldn't expect them to, because a lot of them, they just really chasing after the Japanese girls or the Asian women out here, the non-westernized Asian women, quote unquote, I should say that. Because, I don't know, a lot of guys think it's less drama, and actually that's not true, but, it's a different drama, and it's just different. So anyway, back to the guys, you're walking around here, you get cameras, you take pictures, you talk to people. At night, when you go to the club, then, it's a whole different set, because you're going to have a lot of haters in the clubs and stuff like that. And the best thing to do, if you get a girl, she's liking you, to say, hey, let's go, ask her to go. There's other social things that you can do, but I won't put those on the online. A lot of guys, they got a lot of forums and stuff you can go on, and they'll tell you what to do. A lot of guys, they tell you to be nice and stuff. I wouldn't necessarily say be nice. I wouldn't say be mean. Just be yourself. It's the better thing to do. And if you're the type of guy who say, hey, I like this, that, and I let's get busy, then you ask. It's okay. Some of the girls, especially in the clubs, some might be down for it, some might not, but if you don't ask, you'll never know. But, you can always ask women in a respectful way, but some women, you'd be surprised, because some guys go in the club and they talk to 2, 3, 4 girls at a time, and the girls run up on them, and they talking to them, and the girls start touching on the guys, in different places, so that can happen to you also. It's not going to happen to you if you don't talk to the women, and if you don't go to clubs. Sometimes in the streets, different things might happen. You'd be surprised. There are a lot of women out here who do speak English, so don't think that they don't. Don't think that they won't understand what you're saying. It's just a trick. It's just a game that they're saying and they're doing. They're always playing games and stuff. So be aware of that. If there are the brothers out here, they're a little flaky. I don't know what's wrong with them. A lot of brothers don't talk to a lot of brothers. A lot of brothers don't talk to the African guys and stuff. You guys need to talk to the African brothers, because they're a great network. You gotta talk to a lot of them, talk to all of them. You'll meet some flaky guys, some cool guys. The ones I meet, they're pretty much all cool, doing business and stuff like that. They will help you, and it's according to how you talk to them, they will do business with you. If you don't want to, you sit down and go out with them and talking, maybe drinking, whatever. eventually they'll open up and let you know what they're doing and how they're doing it and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people do want to help, but they want to make sure they feel comfortable with a person before they start, you know, giving up all their secrets and stuff like that. Another thing is when you do meet brothers from America, you walk up, you talk to them, you know, don't be set tripping and all that stuff. You know, you talk about things, but you talk to them like if, you know, you just knew people and all the pressures of the police and all that stuff in America. You know, you get rid of that, leave that in customs, and come out here and you talk to a brother. You know, I talk to a lot of brothers, and some of them, you know, they keep that American attitude, and I say, okay, fine, you know, it's cool, you know, let them do that. But what you have to do is you're in another foreign country, you talk to the brothers as out here, you know, and you never know, you might end up getting some type of network where you could do business back in the States together. Or you talk to the African brothers and they'll tell you about their country. You ask them about them. They say it's nice, like Ghana and different places. You know, you go. Actually, the word Ghana is actually, it's a title, king of a title. It's a king's title. And this one king, he was so good. He ruled Ghana so well that they just made the whole country Your Majesty, I guess, or something like that. I don't know, it's really interesting. But, and I read that in... From Timbuktu to Babylon by, I think it's Rudolph Windsor or something like that. And you talk to the brothers, you go to Africa if you can. You know, out here it's very beautiful, a lot of cities, you know, people are talking about the jungle and stuff. There's just not that much jungle and trees and stuff in the country and stuff. It's really interesting. And the African women out here, they're beautiful, gorgeous, you know. Talk to them, you know, you talk to all the brothers, sisters, the people from India and Indonesia, you know, talk to all the foreigners, because when you're out here and you're talking to them, believe me or not, people are nice. All that racism crap and stuff, you know, it's in very few people. It really is. Like I said in one of my videos, I was out in what was that place? I want to say Kaichi, I think it is, and down in Shikoku, and this guy, I don't know if he was from Pakistan or India or Bangladesh, or one of those countries, and I saw him, he saw me, and he just straight up said, "Hi, brother," you know, and I was like, whoa, you know, I was like really surprised, you know, and I said, "What's up, bro?" You know, and it's a trip, you know, so a lot of people do know your history. You might not know your history. A lot of people do know your history. A lot of people do know their history, and they do know that Africans, they are very much a direct, Africa had direct influence on them, and a lot of them will say that, hey, you know, they have African descendants and stuff like that. You know, so you talk to them and you see what kind of business they're doing, and you know, you never know. You go to their countries, because where their countries are, you know, all that stuff that's imported in the States is really cheap. You know, really, really cheap. Nice material. Nice carpets and stuff you can buy and sell, and all kinds of stuff, you know. So you have a good chance when you're out here. You have a great chance of networking and doing business too. You don't travel that just to have fun. You travel for business opportunities, and the fun to come. You know, if you're an attractive person, then the women will come to you. You know, and if you're a nice person, people will come to you. If you dress well, people will come to you. You know, you'd be surprised. You know, you got a camera, take cameras, take pictures of people. You know, try to spread, you know, the scenery and things like here and the culture and stuff that you see, because you can, you know, you take your pictures, you can make a book, sell them online, sell a book online, talk about your travels. You can help other people do business and all kinds of stuff. So, but what it is when you come out here, you get into everything, you do as much as you can. You meet people, go out, you know, do it as much as you can. Don't waste time sleeping, because the time is going to go by, and by the time it hits you, you know, you're going to like, wow, I wish I should have did this and I should have that. Japan is a country where you don't have to necessarily sleep, you know, even in some of the small towns, you know, not all of them, but some, you know, the club stays open till 1, 2 o'clock. You know, they got the izakayas that stays open all night, and you go in there by yourself and you start talking to people, and you'll turn to a party. You'll be there till 5 in the morning, you know, and leave just in time for when the trains start to run and stuff like that. So enjoy your time. while you are here. Don't waste it. I'm out.